So you're looking for the right dog trainer in Long Beach. It can feel like a really big decision, right? Well, this guide is here to walk you through it step by step so you can feel confident you're making a great choice for you and your dog.
And let's be honest, training a dog here is a little different. We're not just talking about having a dog who behaves in a quiet backyard. We need our dogs to handle our busy boardwalks, our crowded sidewalks, and all the unique parts of living here.
Here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about what it's really like to have a dog in Long Beach. Then, we'll help you figure out exactly what your goals are. After that, we'll get into finding a professional, what to expect cost-wise, and finally, where you can put all those new skills into practice around town.
Okay, so let's start with what makes our city unique when it comes to dog ownership. It's more than just pretty beaches. It's about navigating a very specific and sometimes very busy environment.
I mean, think about your daily life. Your dog has to be able to walk calmly down a packed boardwalk in July, or stay cool when a train rumbles into the LIRR station. Even just getting through a narrow apartment hallway or passing by an outdoor cafe requires a special kind of focus. These are the skills that really matter here.
All right, now that we've set the scene, let's get personal. The next step is to get really clear on what you're hoping to accomplish with training. So take a second. What are your biggest priorities? Are you just looking for basic manners, like sit and stay? Or is there something more specific? Maybe your dog pulls on the leash like crazy or barks every time the doorbell rings.
Most of our goals fall into just a few buckets. Maybe it's puppy training, getting them started off on the right paw. Or it could be basic obedience for an adult dog. For many of us, it's tackling specific issues like leash pulling or learning how to be around other dogs calmly. Just knowing your main focus is a huge first step.
With those goals clearly in mind, let's talk about finding the right person for the job. How do you find a qualified professional you can trust?
You're going to hear this term a lot, positive reinforcement. And really, all it means is using rewards, like a tasty treat, a good boy, or a favorite toy, to encourage the behaviors you want to see more of. It's a really effective way to train that also builds a fantastic, trusting bond with your dog.
Now here's something important to know. New York State doesn't require dog trainers to be certified. That means you kind of have to do your own homework. Looking for these credentials is a great way to do that. A CPDT-KA, for instance, is certified in training and is great for general manners. But if you're dealing with something more complex, like serious fear, a CBCC-KA has specialized knowledge. These letters tell you a trainer is serious about their education.
So, what's better, in-home training or a group class? Well, it really depends on what you're working on. If the problem happens at home, like your dog darting out the door, then in-home training makes the most sense. But if your goal is to help your dog focus around other people and dogs, a group class can be the perfect setting.
Okay, let's move on to the practical side of things. What should you budget for training, and what questions do you absolutely need to ask before you hire someone?
This gives you a ballpark of what training costs look like in our area for 2025. As you can see, there's a pretty wide range, from a group class that might run a couple $100s, all the way up to intensive board and train programs. It just gives you a general idea of what to expect.
Before you sign up with anyone, please ask these 4 questions. You want to be clear on their methods, their qualifications, how they'll specifically help you with life in Long Beach, and how you'll both know your dog is making progress. This will really help you find the right match.
All right, so you found your trainer and you're ready to go. Now comes the fun part, putting those new skills to the test out in the real world.
And before we go any further, here is the single most important rule to know. Long Beach has no designated off-leash areas. None. That means your dog needs to be on a leash in all public places. Period. It makes having great leash manners not just nice, but necessary.
The good news is, we've got some great classrooms around town. You can use the big open fields at Magnolia Park to work on commands like come and stay. The trails at Hempstead Lake are perfect for practicing with distractions. And you can even use parts of Nickerson Beach in the right season to work on staying calm around crowds and water.
And one last thing, a really helpful reminder, especially if your dog is new to your family. It's called the 3-3-3 rule. It's a reminder that it takes time for a dog to adjust. About 3 days to just decompress, 3 weeks to start learning your routine, and a full 3 months to really feel secure and at home. Patience is key.
At the end of the day, all of this is about helping your dog become a happy, confident member of our community. Having a well-behaved dog makes everything better, whether it's having friends over, walking down to the beach, or just enjoying a quiet evening at home. It allows you both to really enjoy everything this beautiful city has to offer.